Hello, welcome to SwitchedOn Gaming. Paul speaking, and today I'm going to be looking at Vampire Hunters on the Nintendo Switch. I've been enjoying this handheld, but I must admit this isn't the best start for making a video because I've tried to play the game with my Pro Controller and it just disconnects every time I try and start the game, which I've had a look around Reddit, seems to be a thing, so we're waiting for a patch from the developer, but that's really weird. I've never had that before in a game, so I'm having to use my Joy-Con controllers, but I haven't got the little dock thing, so I'm just holding them in my left and right hand, which is not ideal and not the way I like to play. So I was going to take you through some gameplay of this and talk about this one a little bit. So imagine, I think the pitch is literally, imagine if Vampire Survivors, the roguelike auto shooter, and Doom had a baby. This is probably what you'd end up with. First impressions when I first started playing it was how rough are those graphics, but I think, and I'm going to give the developer a slight benefit of the doubt, although given the Pro Controller issues, I might be taking that back now, but I think he's gone for some kind of retro aesthetic, in that kind of Doom mould, which is fine. I mean, if nothing else, it's A, consistent throughout the game, and B, it runs really nice and smooth. So, I don't mind. I don't mind at all. It is pig ugly, especially on like the menu screens and stuff. It looks really bad. But anyway, so this game, if you don't know what Vampire Survivors is, A, grab it and play it. It's really cheap. It's on practically everything: phone, consoles, PC. It's on the Switch as well, so definitely grab it because it's a great game. And in that game you're basically just walking around trying to clear the area of demons and vampires and ghosts and bats and all sorts. And what's doing here? And you basically, the sort of the weird twist of it is your weapons just auto fire just constantly, so different types of weapons will fire at different times, and they're all on like a cooldown, and you just basically move. So it's the kind of easiest game in theory that you could play. You just running around killing these demons and collecting their experience to level up to get new weapons, and you find treasure chests and stuff. So this is that, but in 3D, which is quite novel. So all I'm doing here is basically moving around and aiming, and my weapons are auto firing, and I'm absolutely terrible at it. Not helping when I'm talking, but there you go. We'll retry that. So yeah, I'm just aiming basically at the enemies, and my weapons auto fire. Thought I'd locked up then. So we're just trying to clear this area. So this is my starting weapon. You can unlock new weapons. So I've got this kind of crossbow, upgraded it a bit so it kind of does fire damage. But you can see here from the environments, they're incredibly basic, incredibly low texture. It looks like, the aesthetic looks like, as I say, really old school Doom, but also reminds me of sort of the first wave of PS1 games. So, as I say, if that's what the dev was aiming for, great, you've nailed it. And as I say, at least it's consistent and it runs smooth. So, but if you've got this on any other platform, I'd be interested to know if it's quite as ugly. That's being a bit unfair, isn't it? Right, so anyway, let's talk about this game. So the crux of the game is, so we're killing these demons, we're getting their souls, and then every time we get to an experience bar, we can pick one of these 4 random weapons. You can have, what does it look like there, 10 weapons maybe at any one time, and sort of other relics and buffs and all sorts of stuff. You can be an absolute killing machine by the end of it. So you can see here I've got a pulse rifle and a crossbow. See the experience bar down in the bottom left hand corner, the blue bar under my health. I need to collect all these souls that are dropping, and then I get leveled up. So these things I can pick up here. We've got a familiar, which gives us some passive buffs. That one's quite nice there, Hunter's Armlet. Gives me an extra 10 HP, which is always handy. Just had a big batch of souls to collect there, so let's get another weapon. Let's get another crossbow. Collect another bunch of souls. Now this obviously is exponential, so as you level up more and more, it takes more and more souls to reach the next level. So the first few levels, really easy. If you draw the same weapon card, you can just upgrade your existing weapon. It just gives you either quicker reloads or more damage. This is the same as Vampire Survivors as well. You will find that you level up very early, quickly, and then so it does. That curve does level off, and it takes longer. So you can see there's a treasure chest in the distance, but I'm kind of pinned in a little bit. You do have a couple of moves. I've got like a... Well, I did have... I've got kind of a dodge. Take some armour. That I can burst through enemies. Weapon out of that treasure chest. So yeah, I think this is... I mean, and again, it's probably not great to keep referring back to a different game, but I keep referring back to Vampire Survivors, which is basically the epitome of like mindless fun. You're literally just trying to pick your path through these enemies, get as much XP as possible, level up, get as many weapons as possible, and then hit the boss. Another chest there. You can see my weapon now on the right is just a kind of hybrid of all different sorts of stuff. Let's get another shield. Shields are always good. Also got kind of special ability on the X button. I'm not entirely sure what it does. It's doing something. Quite the array of weapons now, so I'm doing a lot of damage. Should we take Meteor? Sounds fun. Oh, there we go. Got another arm now. Calling down meteors to do area of effect damage. But yeah, I quite like this. I played it a lot handheld, and so it was just my first experience docked where the controller didn't work. So this is on the eShop. It came out just before Halloween. I was hoping to review it closer to then, but I'm moving house and all upside down at the minute, so I'm just grabbing what time I can. So yeah, it came out Halloween. I think it's $15, £12 at the moment. We'll just go back to the main menu. So you see you've got loads of stats. Unlock stuff as you go along. So as, you know, if you like games where you're unlocking stuff, it's really good. And so there is quite a lot to it. If you go into the collections, see you can collect new items, loads of weapons. Look how many weapons there are. Huge amount of weapons. So when you unlock these, it just means that you get a chance to then get them in your next run. Nice bestiary. All the enemies there and how many you've killed. And these constellations. Not sure what they do, but collect them anyway. Got built-in achievements. 28 pages of achievements if you like achievement hunting. But you can see it from the UI as well. You know, it's not visually, it's pretty low res. I'm quite surprised they've got so many options in the settings here, considering that the Pro Controller doesn't work, so that's interesting. But yeah, there's a heck of a lot of accessibility options and stuff, which is really good to see. And then when you start your level here, I mean, you can see how low res that character is. As again, reminds me of the PS1 area. But you've got different stages. So there's at least 4 stages there to unlock. These constellations, I'm not sure what these are. I think they might be something like a run modifier. So I've only got Aquarius. All primary weapons that appear in the shop will be the same as your initial one. So it looks like they could be like run modifiers. Characters. Got 6 characters to unlock. So I've unlocked a couple so far. I mean, look at the resolution. Pretty bad. But, you know, you've got skill trees for each character. You know, there's a lot to this game for the money. Pay for permanent upgrades as well for characters. And starting weapons as well. Let's do one more quick run. But yeah, really enjoyed this one. I think for the price, I'd say it's probably worth getting. I think there's a slight discount at the moment, a launch discount. So if you're interested, definitely check that out. Then I think it might go up to another sort of 10-20%. But I think if you like just sort of mindless shooters, and especially if you like Vampire Survivors, you probably know about this one anyway. But if you like that game and looking for something a little bit different, or wished it was in 3D, then this is probably as good as it's going to get. And I say, it is mindless fun, and it is nice, and it's plays smooth. So yeah, it's Vampire Hunters on the Nintendo Switch. I think it's on other platforms as well, certainly on PC. This is the Nintendo Switch version, and yeah, I like it. Check it out on the eShop. Thanks for watching the video, really appreciate it. Give us a thumbs up and a like if you can. Appreciate it. Until then, I will see you next time. See you later. Bye bye.